just a little history. There has been a lighthouse on the property since 1826. It is still a working lighthouse. The tower was moved in 1875 to where it is today on the property, kind of centered. The house that's there has been there since 1875. Families lived in it until 1960. After 1960, nobody's lived in the house. It's been empty. It has been a museum since 1984. Some of the different lighthouse keepers, families that have lived in there, we've had Henry Severance and his family. I think he had 3 or 4 kids in the house. There are 5 bedrooms in the house. The children slept up on the 2nd floor. Then you had Peter Dempsey, who was here for a while with 5 children. You had the Arnold family that had 6. And then the next one was Mr. Gannon. He had 2 or 3. So we've had families on the property. Plus we had an assistant lighthouse keeper and his family on the property until 1960. So there were 2 families living on the property. We had Civil War soldiers on the property during the Civil War. Northern soldiers were stationed here watching for the Confederates to cross the lake. We do have an accounting of one of the Civil War soldiers who said that one night he and his buddy thought they saw Civil War Confederate soldiers crossing the lake, so they fired the cannon, and the only thing they did was rattle the tower and blow all the windows out of it. So we have things like that happen on the property. During the War of 1812, the first shots were fired off this property. There was a salt barge hiding in the creek down the road, from a British warship called the Lady Provost, and in the morning, they went hiding in the creek at night, and in the morning the widow who lived on the shore over here saw the British warship coming, went up to Fredonia where there was a garrison of 25 men, told the American commander that the British were coming, so he got all the farmers, hunters, and trappers in the area to line up on the property, fire on the British warship so that the British warship would think there was a huge garrison here and scare them away, which did happen. 3 of the British soldiers were injured during the skirmish, and then they left and the salt barge was free to go on. My very first experience when I was here was just before Dick died, who was the person who started the museum. He asked me to come in the middle of winter and open up the house for American Legion commanders that were coming into town. And I'd never been in the house by myself before. I'd never had to open it up or anything. I just went in and gave tours during the day when people were here. So I'd never really paid too much attention to them. But I was in the house by myself waiting for the people to show up, and I'm standing in the dining room window looking out at the parking lot, and I feel this huge presence come and stand next to me. And my arm, the hair just went like this, up there, up the back of my head. You know, I don't have a whole lot of hair, so it, you know, it just like stood all on end, and I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do now? Because I'm in the house by myself, and I'm like, so the ghost that they had at the time, they used to call him Charlie. And from the story that goes, Charlie was a friend of one of the lighthouse keepers back in the late 1800s. He used to come here all the time and help the lighthouse keeper out and, you know, sit and chat with him and stuff. Well, one day there were some children who got caught in the surf right out here in the water. So Charlie and the lighthouse keeper went out to rescue them. Charlie and 2 of the children drowned. The rest of the children survived with the lighthouse keeper. So since then, Charlie and the children are in the house. So I'm like, okay, maybe if I talk to him, he'll be all right. But he's like leaning against me, and he's like pushing on me, and he feels like a huge presence. So I know that it's a man or something. It didn't feel soft and easy. It was this big, strong, and it's pushing on me. And I'm like, so I turned and I said, look, Charlie, I says, American Legion commanders are coming. We're going to give them a little tour for about an hour and a half, and then I'll leave, and I won't be back until we open in May. Well, he walked away. You know, my hair went back down and everything. So I think he was just asking me, who are you and why are you here? So I told him, and he was okay with it. So he left. So a couple months later, the city of Dunkirk called and said they needed to turn the water on. Well, when they shut the water off in the fall, you have to open all the pipes in the basement, you know, to let all the water drain out of the piping. So I had to go in the house and shut the water off. Now, I told Charlie I wouldn't be back till May. It's April 28th. I walk in the house, shut the alarm off, I go to put my key in the basement door, and I hear it plain as day, get out. I'm like, well, I'll get out as soon as I shut the water off unless you want the basement to flood. I went down, shut the water off, and I left. But it was April 28th, not May 1st. So I guess he had every right to tell me to get out. So now when I go in and out, I don't ever give them a specific date or time. I just say, I'll see you the next time I come in. Of course, now they're used to me because I'm here all the time. So if I come in and out, they just come usually and just let me know they're around. Okay? So it's not like it was when I first was there, and that was like the second time I'd been in the house by myself. And right about that time was the time that Dick, who started the museum, passed away. And it was right after that, in fact, that he passed away, because I went in and did the water before he passed away. So when he passed away, he always said he was going to come back here and live here. So I went in right after he did and to set up the house. And 3 days in a row, he wouldn't let me shut the alarm off. He called the police on me. So I had to tell him to stop doing that so that I could come in and out of the house without any problem. Now he just messes about with the alarm system at night when I want to go home. So those were my very first experiences. We have a doll in the house that's almost 100 years old. She's a tad creepy looking when you look at her. Her eyes are all fogged over. She does move. One day we found her in the high chair in a whole different position than where it was normally. The other day I went in, there's a little blue ball that she has on her plate that belonged to another paranormal person who was here. One of the ghosts took the ball from him the night he was here and he couldn't find it. Well, it showed up about 3 days later on the floor. And he told me to put it with the doll, so I did. Now the ball moves from this little dish that it's in to a cup. Normally it's in the little blue dish, and yesterday when I went in the house it was in the little blue cup, and there's a little rattle there, and she's now holding the rattle. And that's the way it was when I left today. I don't know. I went in the house, but I didn't go in those rooms. All I did was unlock the door and then come back out. So I haven't looked to see if it's moved, but yesterday it was in a totally different position than it normally is in, and she's holding the rattle, which she doesn't normally do. She's usually the rattle sitting in front of her on the high chair. So
batteries are gonna fall out of my pocket.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go too far because
You're not that great with heights, are
I'm
you?
not that great at that.
You're not.
I mean, look at that.
Fairly well?
There's nothing here.
Are you good with heights?
No.
You didn't go with okay.
I mean, there's nothing that should be.
Always.
There's nothing that should be like a conductor right here. I mean, there's nothing.
Okay, maybe we're go.
Anybody hear this or not? Yeah, nothing in there right now. Anybody either wants to talk to us? Tell us your name. I heard walking, but just it was right here, and then
That spiked right up this way. That spiked right up to the red.
yeah, that was. I mean, one.
Yeah, I got a little chill.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that was crazy. It was just
Who was that? Did somebody just run through here? Is that you,
Can you do
Dick?
that again?
Somebody just say nothing, right? Anybody just say nothing? I just heard like clear as day, like nothing.
No, that wasn't me.
That wasn't you?
Oh, that was you, sir?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I just heard like, cause it almost sounded like, yeah, like you just like nothing.
Okay. You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Are you, we heard there was a guy that used to work here, started this up, named Dick. Is Dick here with us right now?
Someone coming up the stairs?
You hear that?
What is that noise?
You sound like said Harry.
Yeah, I heard that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
we just asked, we
Yeah.
heard that there was somebody
Yeah.
used to work here named Dick. you know, are you up here with us? And that's when it said like, like 5 seconds later it said Harry.
Yeah,
His name is his real name is Harold.
Oh really? I totally forgot about that. Yeah, who knows? You a little kid? You want to play? Can you light up all the lights for us? Get close as you can. Get a little closer.
Are there 4 or 5?
Yeah.
How many are there?
And there's 5, I believe. Get a little closer, please. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That thing went to 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you please do that one more time for us? Light up all those lights. Get as close as you can. Look at that.
Whoa.
Look at that. I'm telling you.
We never had it.
I've never had it.
Never had it.
Never any place have I
5.
had it go up to 5 like that. That's what he's been doing the whole time. It's nuts.
They let you know.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. What the heck? I've
Oh,
never
thank
seen
you.
anything like that. That's nuts. And that's a brand new battery, dude. That's nuts. That's insane. I've never seen
I'm getting chills too.
Yeah, it's feeling a little different now to me.
There's more than one.
Yeah.
Could you light, how many lights, how many people are here?
That thing's going nuts. I've never seen it do anything like that before. Look at it. It's going nuts.
At least one of the adults is here now.
Yeah.